Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Center, and welcome to the world where there are no problems, which is the home of magic and miracles. We are now cycling into a new phase that we call spring here on the planet. It's still a little ways to go, but everyone is making space for the change that's coming, letting some things go, cleaning some things up. It's the same thing that happens when a mother is pregnant with her child. They start to make space for this new being that is about to enter their life. And there's a freedom that comes with that, a joy of something new arriving, this package that is known yet still unknown. Just as each one of us is birthing something new, and it is also both known and unknown. It's known because we brought it here with us. It's unknown because we don't know what shape or form it will take. But we're anticipating something new. And the leaves start to return to the trees. The flowers raise their head to the sun. The fruit appears on the vine. These are all pictures of the cycles of life as winter makes way for spring. Spring makes way for fall. Fall for winter. And it begins again, echoing the words of my favorite song, that everything must change. Nothing stays the same. Everyone will change. And as the changes are coming forward, they appear new in the moment they are happening. But there could be years leading you into this change. Just like a boy or girl who step into puberty, where the boy Has his voice change? The girl begins a cycle, and it feels like it happened overnight. But it was years in the making. And then, out of nowhere, it was time. That's what's happening with each one of us. And the time that we have been prepared for has many levels, many focuses. But there's an awareness in this time of the galactic beings and all of our friends that have not been in the frequency that is visible are ready to join us. And now you will connect in a way that's more real than you connect with another human, which will amplify that connection. You've always felt things, heard things, even seen things. And now you will begin to know things from a place that is coming towards you at the speed of light. You may look up in the sky and feel the love that is for you. A buzzing in your head, in your hands, saying, "We're here." A light flash in the corner of your eye. Asking, "Are you ready?" To speak to me, to hear me, to know us. This is that time. And just like going into puberty, the 10 or 11 years that led to that moment, our lives before this moment prepared us for this moment. With it comes a great freedom to see beyond everything, and easily step into the world beyond all worlds. And in the world where there are no problems, and of course, once there, the only thing left to do is smile. So as we step further from this energy that's moving us forward into those other realms and dimensions, we begin to see clearly the things that are not. The world of no problems is the birthplace of magic and miracles. And the world with problems is the birthplace for the business of logic and making money and separating people. Wherever there's a problem, there's a business to fix the problem. When there are no problems, there's just magic. And even as I say those words, I'm transmitting the difference between the two. So the world of problems is now being surpassed for the world of no problems is here. And the industry of magic and miracles will bloom, for it is that time. And the businesses that were created to take advantage of the problems will become null and void, useless. It's like someone trying to sell you a Model T when you have a Ferrari. They'll quickly go out of business. And in the world where there are no problems, everyone has a Ferrari. I want to tell a story that happened to me earlier this week, where I went to do laundry in our laundry room in my community apartments. And there was a man there who I'd seen many times and spoke to. He could have been 75. And we spoke. And I asked him how he was doing. And he said I'm just trying to make it. From week to week, maybe day to day now. And I said, don't worry. It'll be okay. And he said, how? And I said, because we're moving everything. And he began to talk to me about his life. He told me that his wife had just died on August 25th, which was just a few weeks after my dad passed away. And he said, I'm having trouble getting death certificates. And things changed because the DMV is closed. The courthouse is closed. And of course, I thought of my mother. And he said after his wife passed away, his wife's sister invited him to move to Texas, that she had a room way in the outskirts from any major city. And he said, I just can't see myself going there, sitting on the porch, waiting to die. He said, but with all that's happening, they aren't able to come get me, or I'm not able to go there because the travel is challenging right now. And so I said to him, I can take you to the world where there are no problems. And he said, religion? And I said, no. And I just touched his arm and looked at his face. And he said, thank you. But then he spoke further and said, now that my wife has left, I feel like I have no purpose. And I'm struggling to find what to do with my life. And he said, I've always been a kind person. I would be in the store when I was a younger man, and kids would come up and hold my hand or take my hand when they had gotten lost from their parents. And I would take them back to their parents. And he said they would always find me. And some of the mothers would say, my child never goes to strangers. And he said, I knew they could see me. I knew they could feel me. And I said, that's what you're doing now. It's your field. He said, I'm always taking care of people, not in a bad way. And I said, that's who you are. Your purpose is to walk through life and radiate that love that's in you. And tears rolled down my face. And he said, thank you. I can see why I'm here. He said, I was a fireman, but not a normal fireman. I was called in to go do search and rescue when people were lost in the woods, in the mountains. And he said, I could find them. I don't know how, but that's what I could do. And then they asked me to be involved in finding out where fires started, because I had the ability to track the beginning of the fire, where it started, and I could help them maybe determine who started the fire. And he told me he was married 50 years and they were always together. And I said, she's still here. And she had suffered from Alzheimer's and other debilitating problems where he had to take care of her. But he was thankful that she could be at home the whole time. And we walked together, and he saw himself. He saw his gift. And he went to the world where there are no problems. And he smiled. So this is where we're taking everyone, because we know it exists. Because everyone has come from the world where there are no problems. And everyone can take someone there. And now he'll do the same. For his life is now returned back to him. This is called going fishing. The greatest side effect of the business of spirituality is that it creates dependency. The drug that is delivered from a moment of revelation quickly becomes an addiction that produces a dependency and a thirst that must be quenched. You may have no idea that it was your magnificence that created this feeling. It does not come from someone outside of you that appears to be delivering spirituality. Once you begin to realize this, you can start to move away from the drug. But without an actual experience of your magnificence, you will start to have doubt and fear. This is the start of the withdrawal process. And it is here that the craving for someone to tell you what is wrong and what is right is the strongest. It is here that you are most vulnerable to return to the dependency of that drug or begin looking for a new one. For there are many fishermen, and you may reach out to a number of them, all in the hope of bringing back that feeling that was yours all along. You are looking for answers that can only be found inside of you. And when you realize this, you will sit quietly, even while in the middle of the busiest parts of your life, and the answers will come. And you will be flooded with the peace that you have yearned for from the incredible being that is you. There are an infinite number of pushers on every corner with their fishing rods loaded with bait, patiently waiting to get a bite and begin reeling you in. They have no interest in your freedom, and they never will. They are only interested in showing you what is wrong and how they have what you need to fix it. Their intent is to hook you to their process by giving you a free sample of what is already yours. Everyone will answer for the abuse and misuse of those that have forgotten who they are for the sake of financial gain and personal notoriety. This tactic of fishing is millions of years old, but it has been rejuvenated with the creation of the internet. Every social media platform that gives you feedback that says you are liked or loved is a fishing hook set in the jaw of humanity. For it gives each person a standard to measure something that is immeasurable. You are immeasurable, and there are no standards that can be set for your unique individual brilliance. If you are being influenced by the fisherman's hook as you swim in the ocean of your unlimited perfection, then at some point you can't help but to become a fisherman yourself, casting out your line with the bait you feel will catch a fish and hook them in the same way that you have been hooked. Some just call it marketing. And just as these social media companies will be held accountable, so too will each one of us who are using these platforms to deliver the great drug of dependency in the guise of love. These social media platforms were created by fishermen for the fishermen, with algorithms to control, separate, and monetize, delivering the false drug of self-worth with every like and love, and selling a million more fishing rods to the world every day. Come now and leave this ocean and swim in the ocean of your majesty, never again needing to be liked, loved, or validated, and instead let the speechless greatness and grace of your essence speak 1,000 words and lead each person to their perfected ocean where the fish will no longer be fooled and seduced by the shining bait. of the fisherman. A world with no problems. I met a man today where clothes are washed and dried. I saw the light within him, and the tears rolled down my eyes. He said his name was Bill. As he spoke of all his doldrums, we walked up the hill together, and by then he had no problems. It is the world I live in, and I took him there. It is the place you know, and like me, you too must share. When we were kids, we lived in this place. There were no problems. We were from outer space. Nothing could burden us. Our freedom would transcend all feelings of trouble, destroyed from deep within. As we got older, we began to forget the world of no problems. Of this, we did regret. A teenager now, more problems than not, only moments of being there. A veil blocks the spot. Playing your music, doing something you love, in that moment of passion, you're taking back and above all the lies, the programs and veils, above all the problems that never were real. You're now an adult, and you've lived many years, great moments of freedom and great moments of fear. My name is Bill, but I am every man. I lost my way to this most beautiful land. But as I walked up the hill, I heard my favorite song, the song that used to play in the world where nothing's wrong. And now I have returned there, and my purpose is made clear. I will drop rose petals from my essence as I walk through all my years, so that others can find what they've known to be true, that the world with no problems has always been inside you. This song, many of you may know, I changed some of the words and added a few of my own. It goes, I know a place, ain't nobody crying, ain't nobody worried, only smiling faces. It's blind to the races. Somebody help me now. I'll take you there. Help me, y'all. I'll take you there. Oh, help me. I'll take you there. And in this place, there aren't any problems. Nothing needing solving. Everybody's free. Come on and help me. We'll take them there. Help me, y'all. Let's take them there. Let's take them there. And in this place, There's never nothing wrong. Hear your favorite song. Don't you wanna stay there? I'll take you there. I can feel it now. I'll take you there. I can see it. I'll take you there. Take me by the hand now. I'll take you there. Let me take you. I'll take you there. It's where I live. I'll take you there. It's where we come from. I'll take you there. If you forget it, we'll take you there. You are free now. I'll take you there. You can stay here. I'll take you there. Only smiling faces. I'll take you there. And finally, I have to sing this song from Bill and from each one who was in the world where there are no problems. There once was a kingdom far, far away where love was the rule of the day. Nothing more, nothing less than to give your friend your best. There's much more story that I could tell to make the hardest hearts swell. This is the story where love was king. When love was king, do you remember? When love was king. When love was king. I remember, whoa, when love was king. He ruled the land with his fist unfurled, with open arms for the world. Of hungry children, first he'd think to pull their lives from the brink. When love was king, he rescued souls lost in the sea. In drifting vessels, he would hear their plea. When love was king, he threw a line before they'd sink and gave the thirsty ones a drink. He told the meek that they should try to use the sword to smite the lie, that being kind is for the weak. When love was king, I pray the Lord these words we seek. When love was king, he showed respect for every man, regardless of their skin and clan. Beside him stood his mighty queen, an equal force, wise and keen. He lifted up the underneath, and all his wealth he did bequeath to those who toiled without a gain, so they would remember his reign. So seek some place to call your own, right next to this mighty shining throne. When love was king, when love was king. So from the world where there are no problems, not the world where there are no negative beings or entities or evil intentions, for they are real. But the world where there are no problems transcends everything. And it is from there that I gladly wish you a perfect life, perfect health, and a magic future. Thank you.